What's up, YouTube? Natsu here, coming at you with a guide for my Atlas, and contrary to my other builds, I'm not going to start with the build, I'm going to start with gameplay, because conveniently we have a little acolyte that is joining, so I can show off what Atlas can do. And there goes our acolyte. He did. Throw a safety net up again, and yeah. So I will extract really soon. Just want to show off a little something, because basically you can there's two types of mobs that you can't kill in the void, that is, which is, or I shouldn't say can't kill, but you need 5 hits. If that's too slow for you, like it is for me, then yeah, you're gonna rely on impact finishers. But yeah, basically bombards and heavy gunners are a slight problem. Nullifiers not that much, because your landslide actually destroys bubbles, for those of you who don't know. Pretty convenient, I would say. And yeah, with that showcase, I'm just gonna swap to the build, not waste too much of y'all's time. Yeah, this build excels at killing bosses as well as corpus and infested. Like you just gonna one shot every infested in the game. It doesn't even matter. Like you're just gonna destroy them. And same with corpus. Anything that is robotic is gonna die because you deal primarily impact damage and millions of it, as you just saw. The only problem is like your sentinel is gonna die, and that means you have to pick up anything manually. If you can deal with that, you can take this guy to level cap, but you need to be on your toes. I personally can't. I don't have the mental endurance for it, but I'm gonna show you the build anyways and see what you guys think of it. So this is basically what I do. The only thing I'm iffy about is Path of Statues, because in theory it's great. Practically, it's kind of weird. So basically what this would do is it applies Orgaze to people that I slide through. That means they drop armor fragments or rubble fragments for free, which is good because this build is a little energy heavy. This is for more damage and free landslide cast. This is for not dying, because it makes you invincible as long as the shield is up, basically. Outside of rolling guard, these two are your only survivability tools, which is the weak aspect of this frame. Strength is not really needed. I have played this with negative 60% strength, and it still worked like a charm. Energize is very convenient. You can play without it, but you have to really manage your energy, and then you take Arcane Fury for more DPS. And then with melee, it's gonna be something like this. If you don't have a Riven for the Jaw Sword or whatever melee you want to do, use, I should say, then you just take Sacrificial Pressure. That being said, if you do not own Arcane Avenger, for example, Combat Discipline, the alternative would probably be taking Brief Respite, Arcane Fury, and then Energize. But if you don't own Avenger, you probably don't own Energize either. Without these two, it's kind of I don't know. Then you definitely would build your melee without crit, because the base crit chance of landslide is 5%. Nobody gives a shit. So you would cut these for more base damage and elemental damage, basically, which is not hard. And you would probably still perform well. Like you wouldn't even need Blood Rush. You could swap this for Weeping Wounds even, because it does work. Yeah, you could actually consider it. Like, even on this build, you could cut the Gladiator Might for this, and it would probably work. But I like my crit damage, so I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that is that. The only other thing that's important for this build is gonna be Swift Mercy, which is cool. Blood for Energy, also cool. Like, these two synergize with your build, because as I said, heavy gunners are a problem. bombards are a problem. And at later levels, they're gonna take longer to kill, so you're just gonna finish them while you still one-shot all the trash, which generates you free orbs, and also your finishes are 50% faster. That's cool. And this is actually irrelevant if you don't use Orgaze. If you do, you can finish a gunner and then cast Orgaze for extra drop chance. Other than that, you can use the other mod, which name escapes me, the one that revives your pet after a set amount of kills during 40 seconds, I believe it is. I forgot the name. But it drops in the Railjack spy thing. On the easiest would be Venus. But yeah, it's the same with this. Like you can swap this for Orgaze if you don't like Eclipse. I found the Gara ability works really well. The Spectral Rage thing, because you're gonna have infinite energy. You could possibly play this with Blind Rage even. And it also takes some of the aggro off of you, so probably more survivability. So if you want to do that, go ahead. I just chose this for higher numbers, to be bloody honest. I tried Gloom. Gloom doesn't really work with this guy because he's like, his HP is always going to be full. Like even combat discipline is not going to make you lose HP at all. But yeah. One other alternative, if you don't want any of these augments, you can put in overextended. It's going to help out your landslide and your petrify. Like just the range wise, because you rely a lot on CC, rolling guard, and then your ulti. Because if you don't have that, you're just dead in the water. And the last thing I should mention, this guy doesn't recover very well. Like if you fuck up once, like if you die and you start back at 70 energy, you are basically fucked. Like you have to use energy plates. Because getting to your 1500 armor is imperative, and it doesn't work without energy. So keep that in mind. But yeah, then again, I don't think he's meant for survival. I think Atlas is more like a index character. And I have yet to see a frame that does index better than Atlas does. Like this guy destroys everything. Like I one-shot every single mob in index. Like not even, it's a joke. Same with the Raptor in Steelpath, same with the Raptor in Swordies, Ambulus, the Hyena pack. You just gotta destroy them all. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I think I explained everything well enough. Obviously, on these ones, you're gonna take the dexterity mods. They're the only thing that counts. And yeah, this has been Natsu. If you liked the video, there's a button for it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.